Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. I'm so glad you're here today, because we're doing something really special. We're breaking down a text called The Architect of Your Own Strength. It's this brief, deeply profound Stoic piece, and honestly, what I absolutely love about it is that it just cuts right to the chase. There's no fluff, no toxic positivity. Instead, it hands us a literal blueprint for absolute resilience. We're going to deconstruct this philosophy piece by piece and figure out exactly how we can turn isolation and adversity into just unshakable personal power.
Life taught me one thing. Nobody is coming to save you. Just let that sink in for a second. Nobody is coming to save you. I know, it sounds super harsh at first, right? But realizing that you're on your own in this specific way is absolutely the necessary start of the journey. See, when we're constantly scanning the horizon for our rescuer, waiting for that knight in shining armor, a lucky break, or some magical shift in our circumstances, we're literally giving away our own agency. This quote right here, it isn't a statement of despair at all. It's a wake-up call. It's the exact moment the illusion shatters, and you're left with this stark, foundational truth. The pen writing your story is in your hand and your hand alone.
Section 1. The Harsh Reality, Embracing the Solo Journey.
So we're moving past that initial realization and stepping right into the confrontation. If true empowerment is our actual goal here, then we've got to stop waiting for a rescue mission. Okay, let's dive into this, because the text doesn't just leave us hanging with a deep thought, it gives us immediate active requirements. First up, fight your own battles. Listen, no one else truly knows the weight of what you're dealing with, right? You've got to step into the arena yourself. Second, heal yourself. Now this is arguably the toughest part. It means you literally can't wait around for an apology from the person who hurt you, and you can't just hope time will magically fix it all. You have to actively do the heavy lifting to heal. And third, build your future. And the text specifically adds that sometimes you have to do this completely alone. Your vision for your life is yours. You might literally have to lay the foundation bricks by yourself before anyone else can even see the house you're building. It's a highly tangible action plan.
Section 2. Shifting your dependency, the ultimate pivot.
All right, now we're shifting from physical actions like fighting and building right into this profound psychological shift that we simply have to make. And this brilliantly illustrates the exact catalyst for strength mentioned in the text. The source tells us, because the day you stop depending on people, you start depending on yourself. Look, depending on other people is an incredibly fragile way to live. Why? Well, because people are fallible. Their lives change, they get busy, and they've got their own battles to fight. When your entire foundation is built on external support, even a tiny shift can make your whole world feel like it's crumbling. But the argument here is that dropping this external reliance isn't actually a loss. It's a massive, massive gain. It forces you to tap into these hidden reserves you probably never even knew you had. That exact shift, moving from external to internal dependency, is the very thing that makes you fundamentally stronger.
Section 3. Enduring the tests, the crucible. Now, obviously, knowing this conceptually and actually living it out are two very different things. But the text doesn't sugarcoat the journey for us at all. It validates our struggles by laying out the inevitable hardships we are absolutely going to face. It says, life will test you, people will leave you, plans will fail. So the crucial point is how we categorize these events. The author isn't presenting these as maybes, they are absolute guarantees. And why is that so important for us to grasp? Because when our plans fall apart or people walk away, our knee-jerk reaction is to feel like the universe is singling us out, like we're uniquely cursed, right? But by grouping these harsh guarantees together, the text stops them from feeling like these isolated, unfair complaints. Instead, it frames them as just a standard checklist of life's hurdles. They are literally part of the curriculum. Expecting them strips away their power to break you and transforms them into the exact friction you need to actually grow.
Section 4. Pain into Power, Creating Unbreakable Strength.
Okay, so this is where we bring it all together. We're taking the endurance from those tests, combining it with our new self-reliance, and synthesizing it into ultimate internal fortitude. Let's move to and see how this builds. The text gives us this really incredible, rhythmic mandate for navigating the tests we just talked about. It says, but if you keep walking, keep learning, keep improving. You can almost hear the momentum building there, can't you? It's entirely about continuous, forward progression. Today, you just keep walking. Sometimes it really is just about forcing one foot in front of the other, no matter how much resistance you feel. Tomorrow, you keep learning. You look at those failed plans, you look at the people who left, and you ask yourself, okay, what's the actual lesson here? And then, in the future, you keep improving. You actually apply that lesson. You don't just survive the crucible, you actively use it to become a better version of yourself. And if you commit to that progression, the text makes this massive, heavy promise to you. One day, your pain will become your power. So don't quit. This right here is the ultimate transformation. The pain doesn't just magically disappear, and you don't just learn how to numb it out. No, through the gritty process of fighting your own battles, depending on yourself, and flat out refusing to stop walking, that exact same pain is alchemized into power. The things that were originally meant to destroy you literally become the fuel for your resilience. But there is a very clear catch, so don't quit. The alchemy only works if you stay in the process.
Which brings us to the final, brilliant line of our source material. Your future self is watching you. I want you to really imagine that for a second. The strongest, most healed, most incredibly powerful version of you exists right there in the future, and they are looking back at the exact moment you are in right now. They're watching you face these tests. They're watching to see if you're actually going to depend on yourself. They are waiting to see if you'll quit, or if you will just keep walking. So I want to leave you with this question to carry with you today. Your future self is watching you. What will you show them? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep improving, and I'll catch you next time.